I would definitely have to say that one of the more interesting aspects of Star Wars Episode 9 that is leaving a lot of fans out there very curious about this movie has all to do with Kylo Ren and what new directions J.J. Abrams will be taking him. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one very interesting thing about Kylo Ren is that, of course, J.J. Abrams will be taking him down a darker path, to the point in which where we will look at Kylo Ren in both The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi as a totally different person, indicating that he is going to be more around the lines of a Darth Vader figure in this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren quite possibly, and even his own new apprentice. A description of Kylo Ren sitting on his throne inside of his throne room. Surrounding him are 6 figures in a similar fashion to Supreme Leader Snoke. They appear to be the Knights of Ren. Holding axes and spears in front of him is a woman in a black robe with red hair, kneeling down to him. Kylo Ren's arm is up, signaling one of the guards to give him something. The next goes over one of the guards, which is likely a Knight of Ren, handing him what appears to be a lightsaber hilt and hands it to her. The woman has a resemblance to that of Mara Jade from the old EU, but still may or may not be her. She also sports a long black cape and black boots. Everything is black. She also has a blaster on her thigh. The last shows the figure walking away from Kylo Ren and exiting his throne room. So I really wanted to talk about this for a little bit here. Now, a lot of people have been talking about exactly who is Keri Russell playing in Star Wars Episode 9. And the minute I heard about this really does make me think about Keri Russell. Now, if you look at Keri Russell in a lot of her movies, you know, she sports the red hair. I'm not quite sure if that's her natural color, but she sports the red hair a lot. She does wear a lot of black in a lot of her movies. One of the hit TV shows out there, The Americans, you know, perfect resemblance of Mara Jade. And after all, the code name of her character is Mara at the end of the day. Now, there could be a reason as to why they code named her Mara. Maybe she is not going to be Mara Jade, quote unquote, in Star Wars Episode 9. But perhaps the reason as to why they gave her the nickname Mara, the code name if you will, is because she is going to be the apprentice of Kylo Ren. Basically Kylo Ren's own assassin, very much like how Mara was in the EU, where Mara Jade was an assassin and working for Emperor Palpatine, and that's how she eventually crosses paths with Luke Skywalker and eventually becomes, you know, his wife and everything. It's a very interesting story. So with Keri Russell coming into play here, we have been hearing a little bit more about her role, you know, on and off these past couple of months or so, that she will be working with both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley in this movie, while also getting a handful of action sequences while using a blaster. Now, this storyboard description goes over how this character, whether it's going to be Mara Jade or not, this character kneeling in front of Kylo Ren has a blaster on her thigh. It could most definitely match up with what Keri Russell will be shooting over in Cardington and over at Pinewood Studios in the UK next month for an action scene involving a blaster against some of her own enemies. Now, this also raises another question. A lot of people look at Keri Russell and instantly think Mara Jade. When we look at the actress, we instantly think about that beloved character from the EU that we are all crossing our fingers right now that J.J. Abrams is going to make canon once again. Now, that's of course, I think, wishful thinking. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think what they are trying to do is that they are actually trying to recreate the character of Mara. Now, I don't think that she's going to be called Mara in the movie. I believe that's just a code name because of how this character is going to be used in Episode 9. Like I say, it could very well be that Keri's character lines directly up with this description of this female character being basically Kylo Ren's, you know, assassin. And I honestly would love that. That is something that would fit Keri Russell very, very well. If you have watched The Americans, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So, when it comes to Kylo Ren, This is the thing here. We know he's the master of the Knights of Ren, but is he really going to be, his own master? Is he really going to work alone? You would think that maybe he would send somebody out there across the galaxy to seek out the Resistance, or to seek out Rey, or Finn, or Poe, or anybody, right? Lando Calrissian. I don't think that the Knights can just do that, because from what we have been hearing about the Knights so far, is, well, that they're not all that powerful. They're not like Sith or anything. They're not like dark side users per se, as far as we know, right? As far as we know, they are just normal humans in armor wielding those primitive weapons like axes and spears, which, like I always say, I think that the good theory goes like this, is that they're using those weapons as a way for their own enemies to provoke them to attack in order to essentially surprise them with lightsabers. But anyways, guys, I would love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.